Well, howdy, folks. Today we're talking good old Neil Young. Yeah, so go ahead and subscribe, and Neil Young will play the harvest entirely for you. Today we're talking After the Gold Rush by Neil Young. Personally, my favorite album by Neil Young. A lot of people like Harvest, but I'm more of a After the Gold Rush. This is the 50th anniversary, which is pretty exciting. Doesn't come with a whole lot, but we'll unbox it and go through it today. So that's exciting. But it's shiny and it says 50. That's exciting. But little facts about Neil Young. Young recorded the album while living in a beehive-like structure called a house. Neil Young was born November 12th, 1945. As a child, Neil Young was actually diagnosed with epilepsy, so performing was a little bit unique for him. I'm sure it was difficult. Neil Young is also a big fan of model trains. Thought I'd throw that out with you because you always see on the Reprise records, there's always a little train on there. I'm sure Neil Young had something to do with that. After the Gold Rush was originally released September 19th, 1970 on Reprise Records, the third studio album by Neil Young released on Reprise Records. Young's albums mainly consist of like country folk kind of style. That's what you're gonna get with Neil Young. But also you got some rock tracks on there like Southern Man, definitely a nice groove on that one. The material after the Gold Rush was actually inspired by Ian Stockwell. It was a play he had written called After the Gold Rush, and Neil Young was inspired by that, titled his album after it. That's exciting. Most of it was largely recorded in his home studio inside that beehive-like structure. Songs were influenced by people he had met around the town where he was living on Broken Arrow Ranch. Pretty cool, a lot of personal songs in there. The song Only Love Can Break Your Heart was actually written for Graham Nash in the aftermath of his breakup with Joni Mitchell. So that's some trivia for you. I didn't know that. Thought that was kind of interesting. What a sad song. Oh Lonesome Me is actually a cover of the 1957 Don Gibson song. Definitely recorded in a more somber folk than Don Gibson's original. If you haven't heard it, it's definitely worth checking out. It's going to make you want to listen to the Young's version a little bit more. It's a little bit more bouncy and country kind of style. The album cover was designed by art director Gary Burden, who would go on to work with Neil Young on his album covers until 2018 when his death happened. So they were longtime buddies of working on covers together. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. Or Neil would say, we're going to go ahead and check this out, because he has such a happy, sentimental voice. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in and watching. I hope you enjoy the unboxing, and I wrote a little song to go along with it. Whoa! So After the Gold Rush by Neil Young, let's go ahead and dive into this. It is numbered and limited, so that's kind of cool. A lot of great songs in here, After the Gold Rush, Southern Man, and this is recorded with Crazy Horse too as well. So it's a crazy album. We're gonna dive into this. It does come with a 45, but that's about it. So really, I just got a good deal on it. So it's not like a crazy and must-have, but it does sound really good. Overall, I thought it sounded pretty good when I gave it a listen to. I already snuck a listen in, but shh, it's okay. So what is unique about this album is it comes with your standard, like it has the poster with his lyric sheet, which is kind of cool. It's all handwritten lyrics, so I thought that was kind of cool. The only way you can get this 50 is if you get this box set, which is a little ridiculous. Is it worth it? If you're a big Neil Young fan, it's pretty cool. It's a nice remaster. He also did the Harvest box set, which is a little bit thicker, and you actually get a DVD with that. I think that's a little bit more better, and a booklet. This one also comes with Wanderin' 45 that was recorded at the same time. It's two different versions. There's a version, like a live version of Wanderin', and then just the studio album Wanderin'. Yeah, it's cool to have. Not a necessity, but I definitely like the box with it. It's one of my favorite albums by him, so I thought it was worth it, but definitely worth giving a gander. So, and it's extra shiny. I feel like it's super shiny, so that's kind of cool. So, Neil Young, yeah, woo, yeah. let's unbox this and have a super duper. Go ahead and subscribe, and a big bird will cross the screen and go, "Caw, caw."